From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good afternoon, I'm student meteorologist Kevin Appleby with a look at your midday forecast for the Campus Weather Service. As you can see in the image behind me, we've got plenty of cloud cover. It's not the thickest cloud deck. These puffy clouds just kind of bubbled up throughout the morning. It started off pretty sunny, and we also woke up to a nice little dusting of snow here in State College. Currently at 18 degrees with that north-northwesterly wind at 9 miles an hour, it's making it feel like the single digits out there. So it's another day this winter where we have to bundle up with everything we got across Pennsylvania. We're taking a look at high-resolution visible satellite. You could see these bands of cumulus clouds that have popped up this morning. You can also see the snowpack here expanding from about the Allentown area just east of Harrisburg, where they picked up a few inches of snow yesterday. And you can even make out the lingering snowpack north and west. And while we have lost a lot of it in the past few weeks, it's not going anywhere today with these temperatures. Currently in the middle teens across much of central Pennsylvania, a bit warmer out east as is usual. As we expand outwards, you can see middle teens out west, 16s in Pittsburgh and Erie, 17 in Franklin. Over towards the east, that's where it's relatively warm. Our toasty spot, Harrisburg, at 25 right now. So everybody dealing with the cold, everybody also dealing with the wind. Not as much out west, which is a contrast from last week. We've got single digits out here. Nevertheless, in the central and eastern portion of the state, that's where we find lower to middle teens in terms of wind speed. So that's taking those temperatures and making them feel a lot colder. We've got single digits out west, even some negatives in Johnstown, the Laurels, expanding northwards through Du Bois, 0 in Bradford. Upper single digits over towards the north central and northeastern portion of the state. And the highest value I can find right now is Harrisburg, feeling like 13 degrees. However, if you're tired of this, like I am, got a good forecast for you. So we'll take a look at some of these upper air heights. So right now we're in this trough. It's digging pretty deep. That's why it's pretty cold today. As we go through the week, we gain a southerly influence. It's called a ridge. This ridge is going to allow us to shoot up with our temperatures thanks to some warm advection. However, that's going to be ahead of a storm system, which is going to make its way across the state on Thursday. And behind that, we'll be in another trough. So cold once again. However, this trough isn't going to dig as deep. So while it will be colder than the middle of the week, it won't be nearly as cold as it is right now, which is good news. We'll time out that storm system for you. It starts off very wet, and it stays wet for most. You could see some snow here on the backside. Models typically overdo this. I'm not saying you won't see any flakes. However, in terms of accumulation, I wouldn't expect anything at this point, as we're just simply in the warm sector of this storm. And it clears out behind it. Again, we get a little bit of cold advection, northerly flow, but it's not as strong as it's been. So something to look forward to. Maybe the coldest day for the rest of the season. Fingers crossed on that front. We're taking a look at rainfall here. You could see anywhere from about a ½ inch in southeastern Pennsylvania to around an inch for most. And then north and west, that's where we see the jackpot zone, at least right now. Stay tuned because this will evolve over the next several days. But for the rest of today, we'll top out at around 25 degrees. It'll be a mix of sun and clouds, generally on the cloudier side as we see those cumulus clouds cover the sun. The wind will be the most notable part of the forecast. Will be northwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts up to 20. So hopefully one last day where you need absolutely everything in your arsenal to counter the air temperatures. For tonight, we'll be partly cloudy, generally on the clearer side by dawn, dropping down to 12 degrees. It's another chilly night, but again, I can't emphasize this enough. Last time we'll be this cold for quite some time with a west light wind. And for the day tomorrow, we'll top out at 34 degrees. It'll be mostly sunny skies and not as cold as today with a west wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we head through that 7-day forecast, here comes the warmth for the middle of this week. That southerly influence will top out at 50 on Wednesday. Overnight low of 41. That's going to feel very warm. For Thursday, this is where it gets interesting because we do have that rain moving in, but depending on the timing will dictate just how high we can shoot up before the front moves through. So if the rain can hold off a little bit, it's not inconceivable that State College could push 60 on Thursday. However, we do drop behind that front, back to cold on Friday, decreasing clouds. But notice the nights, even with the clear sky, not nearly as cold as it's been for most of winter. So definitely looking forward to this. And for Sunday, looking warmer, could be a nice warm spell for next week. From the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm Kevin Appleby. Have a great day.